Hi, everybody. It's Elaine here, the Animal Reiki Lady. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Today's video is another reading for Lucy the dog this time. So this is for Lucy the dog, and we'll also include not only the reading for Lucy, but the message that comes through from the animals on the other side of life. That is one of the new terms that I have just recently learned, because animals on the other side, but it's on the other side of life. And so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today, and the beautiful message that they send from the other side to help us heal our hearts. But first of all, for those of you who may be watching me for the very first time, if we haven't been introduced before, my name is Elaine and I'm an Animal Reiki Master. And I help people, I really teach people how to create deep healing relationships with the animals in their life. And that includes animals here and animals on the other side of life. And that has unexpectedly turned into doing these little readings, is what I call them, for animals who have crossed to the other side, and for those who want to know that they've made it there safely, which is always the case, but a message of love and beauty and peace that helps your heart heal. Okay, so here we go. Let's first of all, we'll do, so I do something called automatic writing, and I'm going to try and move even away from automatic writing. I'm getting a sense that sometimes the messages that I'm receiving from the animals, they get frustrated with me trying to write. And so I'm going to try, and we'll see what happens when I just speak these messages, but that's a video for next time. But first, so I did some automatic writing for Lucy. The way automatic writing works for me is that I go into a meditation space, I take my pen, and I just begin to write. Sometimes it's words, sometimes it's phrases. Lucy the dog had quite a bit to say that went beyond just starting with words and phrases. So I'll start that right now. So Lucy the dog, very first word, play. Dogs always give me that word, play, play, play. They absolutely believe that we do not play enough. We human beings do not play enough. We spend way too much time. This was actually part of the message that came through for everyone from Lucy, was about stop putting things off, the things that make us happy, but we'll get to that. Okay, so Lucy the dog, after play, wants to know why the cat got to go first. That's funny, because it's usually, the cats like to go first, and they don't like it when I put the dogs first. Okay, so why did Lucy the cat go first? No worries, there was no decision one way or the other, my little Lucy. And let's see, I got a sense from Lucy the dog of heaviness. Now, you guys know that my dog, Lucy, my black lab, crossed in August of 2020. And she is the one who opened the doors for me. She really taught me how to heal my own heart. And, you know, there's a saying that says, hurt people hurt people. Well, healed people heal people. That's the one I like to go with. And it took me a long time to heal my own heart. But now that my beautiful Lucy has helped me heal my own heart, it helps me to be able to help you. Okay, anyway. So this is, I bring that up only because I tried very hard not to let my own Lucy come through, which sometimes happens. If there's anything that doesn't resonate, and most of these things don't resonate with my own Lucy, so I'm keeping fingers crossed that Lucy's human resonates with this. I did get a sense of heaviness and pressure. I do not know how Lucy crossed, but I did get a strong sense of heaviness and pressure, like being pressed down. And I don't know what that was. And then I got a sense of grass and holes in the grass. So here in Colorado, we have prairie dogs. I don't know where this Lucy resided, but I had a sense of prairie dogs or voles, lots of holes all around, and then a lot of grass, a grass full of holes, and that there were smells, lots of smells. Anybody who's a dog person knows that our dogs they have a strong sense of smell. So their sense of scent, that doesn't sound right. They have so many million more scent receptors than we humans do. But I got a sense that this Lucy had a much stronger sense of smell than even the average dog, that she could smell anything. And I had a sense of her loving the smell of your shoes, as in like sticking her nose all the way into your shoes. That she loves all smells, that she loved the smell of your shoes, sticking your head all the way into the shoes. I also had a sense of wooden beams. And usually dogs don't look up. They're usually very this way, a little bit up, or they're always looking at their immediate, what's directly in front of them. But I did get a sense of wooden beams, planks of some kind, maybe logs, that came through. Did she have a best friend? I saw as I was meditating, a little French bulldog. Don't know if that means anything, but I saw a little French bulldog. Now, I've worked with a couple French bulldogs, so you never know. They may just kind of come in and hang out, but that's what I did get a sense of. Also, a sense of an injury from a car, like falling out of the back of a car, like for a pickup truck. I did get a sense of falling out of a car and a little injury there. Snoring, that she snored, a sense of snoring, someone around her snored that she always knew. Anyway, snoring came through loud and clear. There was a serious sense of snoring. And bacon. Now, all dogs also, most dogs, love bacon. And again, with the same as with the sense of smell, I have a feeling that she liked bacon more than the average dog. Go play. Okay, so this was her message for her human. Go play. Go play. Kick the can. Okay, that was a game when I was a little girl. I don't know if you know what that is, but go play, kick the can. Color, use your imagination. Use your imagination and color, and Lucy will come through. That was a loud and clear message. So one of the reasons that everybody reaches out to me is because there's a block, and I understand it. I don't judge it. There is a block that is preventing you from making this kind of connection. So I'm happy to do it on your behalf. But one of the messages that clearly comes through is they usually give me a way that you can reach out to them. A way for, it's like if you have a cell phone, right? And you've called the number on the cell phone and you can hear the person, but they can't hear you, or vice versa. They can hear you, but you can't hear them. It's almost the same kind of thing. So the animals are giving me ways to like improve that connection. And the one that came through from Lucy is to use your imagination and color. And if you do that, you'll find a way that she comes through to you. So our animals never stop. First of all, they are always by our side. Always, always, always. Your animal companion selected you for a reason. Were a part of your physical life for a reason, and they are part of your spiritual life going forward. There is life on the other side of this version of life, and they are always trying to reach out. We are not open to some of those signs, or we don't recognize what some of them are. Flickering lights, unusual sounds, wind out of nowhere, hearing their name over and over again, like turning on the TV and every other name is Lucy. There are always ways that they are trying to get through. So be open to that opportunity to connect with them, and then write it down, guys. I know automatic writing is not for everybody, and I'm going to actually try and start doing this without writing it down first. But I write it down so I don't doubt it. I write it down before my thinking mind has a chance to tell me that what if this isn't exactly real? Because that's what my egoic mind will tell me. So I write it down immediately, and I read back to you everything so that I trust what I'm receiving. Okay, so then what else did this Lucy have to say for her human? Something about childhood. There's a memory from childhood that involves her. I'm not sure what that even means, but I wrote that childhood. There's a memory from childhood that involves Lucy. And then this continues, it kind of blended together. A message for Lucy's human that turns into a message for all of us. Be happy. It's okay to be happy. Would your little child self be happy with you right now? Or would she be sad at that? And so be happy. Go back to being your little child self. You are supposed to be doing something different. This message comes through every once in a while too, from different animals. I've had this one before. You're supposed to be doing something different than you are right now. There is something that is making you very dissatisfied, discontented. The words still come through. Unhappy is not the right word, but you're supposed to be doing something different, and you're putting something off. This is the message that started to blend through, not just for Lucy's human, but for everyone. Stop putting it off. We, people, we are so silly, 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 silly. because of what we do now, we need to go back to being little girl silly, little boy silly, the silliness we experienced when we were so young before we had all these inhibitions and before our society had like created who we are now. Go back to being that person. There is better fun. That's not even a thing, but that's what I wrote. There is better fun to be had. Oh, right now she wants you to jump rope. Did you used to jump rope? I wrote down jump rope, double dutch, Chinese jump rope. I used to do that when I was a little girl. That there was a band that we wrapped around our ankles, and you did this little thing, like two people stood on either side, and you did this jump. Anyway, go back to doing double dutch, jump rope, Chinese jump rope. Go back to getting coordinated. Isn't that interesting? And this part, the heart of the message, was coming through for everybody, not just Lucy's human. That when we were little, we used to be so much more coordinated. And I think this comes from like the double dutch jump rope. Like you jumped in and you had it was very complicated and it took a while to do. But they're telling me that we used to be so much more coordinated and carefree. It's not just coordinated. We were not afraid to try. We were not afraid to jump in. That's what you called it. You jumped in to double dutch. We were not afraid. And what's coming through about double dutch now all of a sudden? Double dutch ice cream. Anywho, we were not afraid to play and to practice and to be and to have fun. And that's one of the messages that comes through from them so often. And it's coming through very strongly for me right now, to go outdoors. Yeah, to go back to being our playful child self. So that was all the messages that I got from Lucy. So let's just see if there's anything else that wants to come through. Take a nice deep breath. And this would be a message from the animals for everyone. You know, there are all types of people out there that do this thing called channeling. And some of them are, there's like what I would call a traditional channeling, where they go into a deep place and their being steps aside and somebody else steps in and speaks through them. For me, the sense that I get is that the animals are always with me. Every animal with whom I've ever worked is in my heart and in my soul. And I'm able to connect on this soul to soul, heart to heart level and just speak to you. I'm fully present right now as I share this message from animals. And I said this in the last video, I think, or maybe 2 videos ago, who knows, they all run together, that animals are actually angels that have come here to experience life by your side, that angelic beings didn't understand how to relate to us, that they're there to support us and be with us, that we all have a guardian angel, but that they didn't understand the human experience. And so they come in the form of our pets that share our home. They come in to experience life by our side. And then when they receive everything that they need, they leave. And it's one of the reasons why our animals live such shorter lives than us. And part of that, I am getting the sense that part of the pain that we feel is so that we can understand what it's like to feel love again. How would we know how beautiful it is to feel love if we didn't feel some of the unlove, some of the pain and some of the hurt? That contrast, that beautiful duality. Anyway, that was a little bit off track of where I'm going to with the animals, but they came here to experience our life, our human experience, and they understand now our pain. They understand when we're ill, when we're sick, when we're sad. They also understand when we're happy and joyful and loving and beautiful and free. Free. Oh boy, freedom is a word there. Maybe that's something we'll explore a little bit more. But now when they cross back to the other side of this life, they are able to help us better. And if we can open our hearts and open our minds just a little bit, put a crack in the door and let them come through, they're able to help us live an even fuller, happier, more joyful life from the other side. Okay, that's my message for today. Thank you guys for being with me. Thank you for letting me share. I will continue to do these. I have so many more, hundreds. I have hundreds of requests for these readings, and I'm happy to do them. For now, until our next video, let animals light your way. Take care, my friends. Bye.